All right. So we'll run through some of these case studies, then we'll get to our questions. So I noticed it's 12:41 already. Okay. So we have 2 cases that we're going to show today and kind of go through. So feel free, again, to drop any questions in the...
Just keep going, Nicole.
Okay. Yep. Any questions in the chat? So for case number 1, this was a young little one, and the problems that we found were there was a sleep dependency. So we needed to come up with I'm just going to delete that. Come up with a plan to fade that out. Also addressing night wakings. And then there was 2 homes in this case, so we needed to generalize to both homes. As you can see here, so this one, the protocol that we used, or the strategy to fade out the parent, so the parent was the sleep dependency in this case, was something we call time-based visiting, which is really time trips and slowly increasing the duration the parent's out of the room so the child gets used to just staying in bed. And we started the first night. It took a while to get there. And then over time, we were able to reduce the amount of trips. And I think now it's still maintained into a year later. So that's nice. And he's sleeping on his own in his bed. Again, there were night wakings too. So we have our baseline. So before we started, there's night wakings here, and the duration of the night wakings range. They were sometimes a couple hours, up wide awake, wanting to play, have snack. So we really it was pretty disruptive for the household. So working through that, by fading out the sleep dependency, we were able to see night wakings go down because the student had learned to fall asleep on their own, which is fantastic. And again, still night wakings, they pop up every now and then, but the parents, they know how to tackle it now. So it's maintained still. I don't think he wakes up too much. No, and this one was just a number of visits.
Yeah, and there were a couple of hiccups with sleep just in the last year, and mom had the tools and knew what to do. So she knew what she had to address, and she knew kind of how to do it. So she was able to get sleep on track, which was good. Just with less activity and kind of stuff going on in the last year, it was a bit harder. Yeah. And the results of this one is we started in one home. We did eventually transfer it to the second home once it was confident in the other one. Everything in the other home stayed business as usual. And overall, there's success, and it still maintains today. So the key there was teaching the student to fall asleep on their own. And it worked really well.